Hello, my lovely. So today's video is going to be about how you can get more viewers on Twitch, which is something that everybody is interested in. When I was writing my notes to figure out what it is I wanted to say without just rambling to you guys like I do in all of my live streams, which if you guys want to ask me questions about your channels or about any growth personally, I am live 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday, 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to meet me and talk to me in person, the link is in the description down below. But for this video in particular, I wanted to be a little more coherent for you, since it's a YouTube format instead. And when I ended up writing out all of my notes, it kind of turned out that I had exactly 10 things. So here's my 10 tips on how to get more viewers on Twitch. And as somebody who has grown their YouTube channel from 0 subscribers to over 4,000, which is what we have now, and as somebody who started with 0 followers on Mixer to over 13,000 and became a Mixer partner, to somebody who is and had 0 followers on Twitch and now is almost to 5,500 followers and has over a 100 viewer average, I know what I'm talking about. Alright, so the first thing that you need to know is that you need to have good audio. Whether you are starting out as the streamer who has never turned on their stream before and is just figuring out what's going on in the world, or you're somebody who's been streaming for a little bit and you have a small little community and whatnot going, it's pretty good. Your audio is the most important thing. Nobody cares what kind of camera you use. Yes, it's pretty if you have a DSLR. Yes, it's cool if you have the C920, which is the basic webcam everybody uses, and the same one that I'm using to record on this video right now. You know, that's fine, that's standard. Even if you have a cheap $13 knockoff of a C920, nobody's really going to notice the difference because, yes, it's cool to see you on stream and that human-to-human interaction with the face is important, but you and the way that you sound are much more integral to the stream. If I click on a stream and their audio is screaming in my ear, it's peaking, it's popping, and it sounds like they're eating their fucking microphone, I'm gonna click away. But if their stream is just, their webcam's a little fuzzy, or the lighting isn't that great, but they sound crisp with a freaking poppin' P, and they have a great personality and everything else is really jazzing with the stream, I'm gonna stick around, I'm gonna stay, because that doesn't bother me. The fact that their webcam and the quality might be a little shitty is easily overdone by the fact that I can listen to them, which, by the way, most people lurk on your streams. There is a small percentage of people who are actually active in your chat when you do get viewers, and the people who do come in and be your viewers aren't actually going to really matter that much because they're mostly there listening to you while they're doing other shit. So that good audio is super important for not scaring your lurkers away. Keep that in mind as well. Invest in a microphone before you invest in anything else. It's gonna be great. A good cheap microphone, the one that I used and used for over 2 years before I got a Blue Yeti X that came out and I upgraded to, which sounds just slightly better than the Blue Yeti, was the Blue Yeti. So that one was like $100, which is still pretty expensive, but even the Blue Snowball, which I think is like $50 or something like that, I know it's cheaper than the Yeti microphone is good quality. I like Yeti and their products, so I would look into a microphone by that brand, which is the one that I use, and I really enjoy it. This is one that I see happen so often, and it blows my fucking mind, is talk to your chat. I don't understand how people forget this one at any given point in time. Whether you have 10 people watching, whether you have 1 person watching, whether you have 1,000 people watching, which if you have 1,000 people watching, I don't know why you're watching my video, but thank you anyway, it's a very good compliment. Don't ignore your chat. They're the lifeblood of the collegiate community, words that are coming to you, and they implore everything that's going on in your community. So why would you not look at your chat? I have a very good example of why you should not do this. For example, I had a friend, and I still have them as a friend, but they ended up having their channel be, I don't know, they had like 10 people in it, and I was trying to talk to them because I was wanting to send them a tip on PayPal because they were wanting to get the new Assassin's Creed Valhalla game, and I was like, yo, I can send them some money, I can tip them, and I can, you know, make a contribution to helping them get this game that they really, really want. And I wrote in chat, I was like, hey, what's your PayPal? Because their tip link, they didn't have a tip link, they didn't have a donation link in their chat or any way for me to do it. So I was like, oh, I'll just ask them what it is. And I sat there for like a good minute, and they didn't say anything. But I knew they were in my other friend's stream because I was talking in theirs, and they had my other friend's stream open, and so I was yelling at my other friend to yell at him to look at his chat so he could actually see that I was trying to give him money. Which is, I know, something probably mind-blowing to you guys watching, but that's the thing. People ignore their chats, and there are situations where people will come in and they want to give you money, and one, you should always have a tip link in your chat that people can easily access, but two, you should be looking at your chat at all times. His excuse when he saw that in my chat, he was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry. I just didn't have anybody talking in there." Why do you think nobody's talking in your chat? Because if somebody did pop in and say hello, you wouldn't respond to them. So why the fuck would they talk? And at the same time, this leads me into the tip number 3 for it. Have a constant running dialogue. He is so fucking quiet and just sits there and does nothing but play the game silently. No wonder nobody's talking in your chat, because nobody wants to engage with you because you're boring as fuck. Like, that is the thing. Always assume that you are the problem. If you don't have a constant running dialogue other than the gameplay that you're probably mediocre at best, most gamers are not super amazing at the game, and if you are, cool. That's the focus of your content. You're trying to show that you're the best in the world at your game. But guess what? Most of us play games for fun, and we're not trying to be super competitive with it. So they're there for you. They're there for your personality, and if you're not talking, you're not showing off that personality, then what the fuck are you doing with your webcam on trying to be a streamer, right? The whole point of selling that is selling yourself. And if you're not constantly selling your personality, you're not constantly talking, what are you selling? The picture of the game that you're playing that they could be otherwise? No, they're gonna go click on somebody else's stream. Nobody wants to click on a stream. Sit here and see this. Like, it's just not fun. It's not engaging. It's boring. Most of you probably clicked away from this video at that exact point in time. And if you did, make it through at the end of that. Type sausage in the chat, and nobody will know what sausage means except for the people who made it through the awkward silence to this point. And if you're that, you know, shout out to you. But you don't ever want to make your community have to make the first move. You don't ever want to force a viewer and a potential new member of your community to have to make the first move. You don't want them to have to say, "Hey, how are you? How's your day going? What's the game you're doing? Why are you streaming? What's going on?" You want to give them just the easiest way to enter your room, your streaming area, your community, your everything that you're trying to sell and create here, with opportunity. If you just said something super funny about that, they say, "Haha, that was hilarious," or, "Hey, I really like your personality. I've only been here a couple minutes, but you seem really cool. I love your positivity," or, "Damn, you just totally wiped that dude and clapped his cheeks. That was a crazy play. No wonder you're so excited about it, because you're talking about how you just destroyed this guy." You know, whatever it is, you want to make it easy for them to have a dialogue and communication with you. And make it simple for them. Don't make it hard. If they make it hard, if you make it hard for them, then they're gonna leave. Bottom line. Y'all have probably heard this one before, but play what you enjoy and not what's popular. The worst advice I ever got when I first started content creation, when I was originally a Let's Player on YouTube, was to play Fortnite because it was popular and that would skyrocket my channel. And guess what I did? I played and streamed Fortnite, and guess what I hated? Playing and streaming Fortnite. But guess what I did anyway? Playing and streaming Fortnite. And you know what it didn't give me? Partnership. You know what it didn't get me? People in my community I cared about, because all it did was bring a bunch of children into my community that are extremely immature, caused a bunch of drama, and were generally not good experiences in my life or streaming career whatsoever. It was not the demographic I wanted. It was a game that I hated, and it brought a bunch of people in that caused nothing but pain and heartache for me. Is that going to be the same case for every game? No, but you know what it taught me? Do not play things that are popular just because they're popular. Play what you enjoy. As soon as I stopped streaming Fortnite and started to actually play things I enjoyed instead, like Five Nights at Freddy's in particular, because I love indie horror games, I fucking skyrocketed relative to the growth that I had prior. And playing Five Nights at Freddy's on my channel and playing games I enjoyed on my channel and streaming those as well on my YouTube channel when I originally started are actually what got me my numbers to get partnership, not Fortnite. And that was back in 2017, so, or 2018, 2017? I don't remember how long I've been on here. 2018, I think, maybe. I don't know. You can go back and watch my videos if you really want to. Sometime around that area. And it was great, and I actually learned to like what I was doing. So never play something just because it's popular and you think it's going to skyrocket you. Like, for example, Among Us is super hot right now. If you don't enjoy playing Among Us, don't play it. If you don't have a bunch of cool people to play it with, don't play it. If you genuinely enjoy playing the game, that's something different. If it happens to be popular and you really like it, cool, beautiful match. But you are gonna be better and produce better content playing something you genuinely enjoy and can get mirth out of and actually like, than if you're forcing yourself to try and like something that you don't. Because people can tell when you're not having fun with something, and it's not enjoyable content to watch. Nobody wants to watch somebody do something they're reluctant about, or that they aren't actually putting their whole heart into. Because they can watch so many other people who do actually enjoy that game that they're playing over you. So make the smart move and just play something that you like. These two tips go simultaneously because they each feed into one another, and that's essentially where you need to create a schedule, no matter where you are with your viewership starting, and stick to it. Even if it's just 2 days a week and you can only stream for 3 hours because you have a full-time job, you're going to school, you have a family, you have to take care of your parents, you have to do this, you have to do that. Stick to whatever schedule is manageable within your life without overwhelming you. Something you know you can for sure stick to. Not what you want to be, not what you aspire to try and hit that you know you're gonna probably burn out on because you're going in too hot too fast, which is my problem that I've had to learn to deal with too. Do something you know you can stick to. So whatever that means for you, get a schedule that will work that you can do every time. Because when your viewers in your community know when they can expect you, they will show up. If you are constantly going live at completely different times, nobody's gonna know when the fuck you're live. Why the hell would they click on you other than through random chance if they happen to be online? You want to target that same audience every single time so that you can start to whittle your way into the viewers in that time frame. And it doesn't matter whether you're live for 3 hours, whether you're live for 8 hours. You want to make sure that you are staying consistent with all of that time. Do you want to stream over sometime? Sure, you can do that. But make sure that you start every single time. The other thing is to make sure every time that you go live, you post that you're going live on all of your socials. Post it on your Instagram story, post it on Twitter, post it on your YouTube community forum if you have a YouTube community because you're a partner. If you don't have that, then don't utilize that. Post it on, I don't know what other social medias people use. Can you post it on TikTok? I don't TikTok, I don't know. Whatever, Discord. Discord's the one that I always post to every single time I go live too. Use Discord, absolutely, every single time. The whole point of using those is because when you stay consistent with your stream schedule, you want to make sure that it's just a muscle gut reaction, that every time you go live, you're also posting to your socials that you're going live to. That way you never forget, you're posting it to as many people as possible, it's reaching as many people as possible because not everybody looks at Discord, not everybody nearly looks at Twitch notifications, so you never want to just rely on Twitch notifications to hit up your followers. You want to hit as many different platforms as possible to notify them. Facebook is another one that I thought of just now. But you understand what I mean. All of the different things in such and WoW, utilize them, go for it, stay consistent with posting them. It's going to help you quite a bit. Also, remember that thing I just said about how it doesn't matter how long you stream? What you don't want to do, and what I don't want you guys to do, is say that I'm going to stream 12 hours every single day, 7 days a week, because guess what? That mentality of the grind, of if I just grind and hit go live, and then I'm going to grow, is completely fucking false. And let me tell you why. Because if all you're doing is sitting down at your computer, and you are hitting go live, and you're doing nothing else except going live, waking up, eating, sleeping, pissing, shitting, going live every single fucking day, and you're doing nothing else with your life, one, you're going to be an incredibly boring human because you have no other life experiences going on to talk to your community about other than, yeah, I woke up, went to sleep, and went live again. Cool. Two, you aren't going to grow because you are not putting any external effort into trying to grow a community. You're not talking to anybody, you're not posting on a YouTube channel, you're not posting to your socials, you're not making engaging content anywhere else, and you're just expecting people to find you in the void of literally millions of other streamers doing the exact same thing and just hoping something gets out of it. The idea of the grind is completely unhealthy and counterproductive to what you actually want if you're trying to grow with viewers on Twitch. What you need to do with that time instead is work smart. If you're gonna grind smartly and not hardly. Hardly? That's a word. Go with it. It's an adverb now. Because what you're gonna do is instead take that time, if you really do have 12 hours a day, 7 days a week to work and you are committed to working with that, cut that and work for 6 hours streaming. Do that 4 days a week, and those other 3 days a week that you would have been streaming for 12 hours, make YouTube content, record on one of the days, edit on one of the days, render and upload on optimize on the other days to schedule out your content. The other 6 hours that you would have been streaming the other 4 days of the week, make sure that you're cutting it up to time on social medias. Make sure that you're interacting with other people's communities to get to know others, because if you're trying to exist as a vacuum, you're not going to grow either, because you want to make sure that you're talking and engaging with other people, because you don't exist by yourself. This is an influencer kind of industry, and you need to know other people, and you need to be social, and you need to be engaging, not only with your community, but with other people who are also cooperatives with you in the field. So there's a lot that you should be doing instead of just sitting down, going live, and expecting things to work. And if you're not willing to do that, then this is not going to be the industry for you. This next one is very important that a lot of people seem to avoid, and it's to make sure that you create a YouTube channel, because even if you're only creating a YouTube channel to post highlight clips to, you want to learn how to edit. You want to learn the value of creating content outside of the format of a live stream, because all you need to do with a live stream is hit go live. It's really fucking easy. And compared to a YouTuber, compared to creating YouTube content, it is completely different, a lot more work, and you learn a lot of very good skills that translate over to live streaming and make you a better content creator overall as well. Our industry is constantly adapting, our industry is constantly changing, and if the only skills you know how to do is hit go live and nothing else, you're never gonna grow. You need to learn those other skills, and plus YouTube is an additional way to be discovered by people who may not have ever found you otherwise and now are engaged with your content and want to be a part of what you're doing on Twitch, because Twitch has trash discoverability, and any way you can possibly get more eyes on your platform, whether it's from YouTube or from Twitter or from wherever, take advantage of it, because the more the merrier. The whole idea is to get more eyes on your channel, and if that happens to not come from Twitch, make note of that and be a part of it. Whether you're consistent with it or not, when you're starting out, you're probably not going to be, because it's very hard to start a YouTube channel and be consistent with it, but once you learn how to create content of value, once you learn how to make good thumbnails, how to make good titles, how to edit well, and actually have it be engaging and have people want to watch what you post, you will get a lot of skill from that, and the value of it should not be overlooked by simply thinking that you're going to get more value from going live for 6 hours versus recording and editing in that time instead. These last two tips are going to be a little bit specific to the kind of streamer and gamer that you are. The first one is going to be if you are somebody who is just starting out, you have 0 viewers, or you only have 1 viewer, you are just a little tiny streaming baby, and we want you to fly into the world of affiliate potential status, then what you need to do is make sure that whenever you start your stream, you have your phone open, or you have a tab in an incognito window or a VPN or something open in another window of your stream, so you can count for yourself as 1 viewer. It will not count if you are the same viewer of yourself on the same IP address, so you need to watch on your phone or a VPN or something like that. So you can have 1 more viewer. 1, it gets you out of that 0 viewer range, which is very helpful because you're already 1/3 of the way there to affiliate if you're trying to get to that. But more important than affiliate status is the fact that you are now above all of the other people who are not doing that same thing in the directory. Now, are very many people going to go down and scroll down to 1 viewer? Depending on the game you're playing, yeah. You could be much higher than other people in that same directory who may not be having the same idea to do that, and now you're above them for people scrolling through. And most people don't scroll all the way to the bottom, so the higher up you can get, the easier you are to discover. Now, not very many people find Twitch channels that way. Usually it's through recommended, but any way that you can help yourself, do that. If you can keep yourself on lurking in the background and somebody has 1 viewer, they're usually more likely to come in than if there's 0 people in chat, because they assume that you're already talking. If you have followed my other tips from before in this video of having a constantly running dialogue, then you are gonna have an easy time when that new viewer that's not yourself does come in and they're like, oh, this person's already talking, they're having a good time. Even if they're just talking to themselves, they're engaging, they're having good content come out, I'm gonna say hi and I'm gonna interact with them, and now boom, you have 2 viewers. Or whatever the case may be, you never want to be sitting at 0. There's no reason you should ever be sitting at 0, because you can always watch and support yourself. This next one is specifically for variety streamers, which I myself am also a variety streamer on Twitch. Make sure that if you are a variety streamer, you do not binge the same game for a long time. Yes, variety means that you change what you enjoy and you can play to whatever whim happens. I get it, I'm the same way. But what you will do is, if you choose to be on a binge of, I don't know, Rainbow Six for 2-3 weeks, maybe a whole month, that's all you do because you're just obsessed with it or whatever the game might be. All that does is tell your community that they can expect you every single time you go live to be streaming Rainbow Six. Even if you tell them you're a variety streamer, your words mean literally nothing, because your actions and what you're doing are what's actually bringing the people in. They're like, oh, R6, cool. Ah, R6, cool. I can definitely come back for that. And then as soon as you switch over to something that's not R6, all of those followers, all of those community interactions you've made that came and followed you because of that are not going to transfer over to whatever you switch to. That's like changing your niche every single month. Every follower that you gained during that time, every potential sub that wanted to stay long term, they're like, oh, why would I watch them when they're not streaming the same thing anymore? I followed you with the expectation that you would stay on Rainbow Six. Now you're streaming Pokemon and you're on Pokemon binging for a month? Nah, fam. And then everybody from your Pokemon binge is super happy and excited, and as soon as you switch over to playing Grand Theft Auto roleplay without the radio on, because Switch DMCA, for a month, they're going to be completely alienated because they have absolutely no interest in that. If you set the precedence early on that you are going to be swapping games all over the place, and that if they want to stay, they need to stay for you and your personality and your community, and that the game is just kind of a vehicle for the content that you're creating, you are going to be so much happier with who you have around you, because they will be there for any game that you want to play, not for the game over you. And that is something I see a lot of variety streamers struggle with and fail with, and they feel like they're not making any progress. And that's something that I want all of you who are variety streamers to avoid. And those are my 10 tips on how to get more viewers on Twitch. If you guys found this video helpful, go ahead and share it with a friend. Make sure that you hit the like button because it helps me with the algorithm and everything else going on. And leave a comment down below as well, even if it just says nice video, because that helps me with the algorithm as well. If you have an idea of things that you want to hear me say and talk about in the next video, feel free to leave it down below or talk to me and let me know in my live streams. I'm live on Twitch 5 days a week, 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Tuesday through Saturday, and I'd love to see you guys there. If you want to see more videos of mine that I've created, because my entire channel is about content creation and business with streaming and the industry, make sure you hit that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I have a plethora of other videos that you guys can watch as well. I post every single Saturday morning, so if you're interested in that, feel free to peruse my different avenues and playlists that I have. I'll have a card up here that has a list of my other content that you guys can enjoy. But for now, thank you guys for watching. I hope you get more Twitch viewers. Let me know how it goes. And without taking up any more of y'all's time, I'll go ahead and let you beautiful people go. Goodbye, my lovelies.